My name's Simon Wilson, and I'm the European Tour rep for True Temper Sports. When we first launched Blue, I believe 10, 12 years ago, it was a part that was very unique. No one had ever made a golf shaft like that before. We wanted to go light and stiff, which is something that guys on tour love. In order to get something that stiff and that light, we used basically a very, very high grade, a very expensive graphic pre-preg, which is the material that we use to wrap around the mandrel to make the golf shaft. And we used a unique material that was sourced by our engineers just to make that part. The X-Flex Blue that Kyrgios and a bunch of the tour players use still today is as light as 62 grams, a variance of 3 grams. So I mean, it's between 65 and 62 grams. So to get a part that someone like Alvaro Kyrgios can, hit 380 yards and tip an inch and a half, and it was a very challenging and unique thing that we did. We've had a lot of requests in the last 3 or 4 years to bring out a new version of Blue. Well, when we started researching into doing that, we found that the company that used to make the material, because we actually did stop making it, had gone away, and we had to resource the material. The materials in the last 10 years have improved so much, so we're allowed to do so much more with it. The way that it's plied, the way that now using materials like TechStream, like we mentioned earlier, you can take a lot of air mass out of the material and makes it stronger. Using less glue, graphite's bound by glue at some point, and so all these advances in technology have really allowed us to come up with a better product, but based on the original design of the M60 Blue. The white Blue is a little bit of a pole. It's a very, very stiff part. You got to be a brave man to put one in and try and use it on the golf course. I mean, obviously we've had an enormous amount of success in the past, and recently with the new part, Marcel Siem winning, I think in the second tournament that he played the new part. So. Like I said, the profile of the old one to the new one is quite the same, but compared to a PX Black, it's a really different animal. I mean, the body is so much fatter, and it tends to bend a little more under your hands than it does at the tip. So you've really got to have some swing speed to get the club back on plane. Definitely in the X-Flex, you've got to be a very proficient player to play that part. But we are going to launch it in a more friendly S-Flex and an R-Flex, which is like an S Plus, which is what we used to do with the original Grafalloy Blue. I would say that more of a hitter, someone that really likes to get out there and hit their driver hard. Would really enjoy playing that part, as opposed to more of a shot maker's shaft would probably be the Project X Black.